Okay, we're ready? Quick edit to tell you that Wednesday, at the time this episode drops, is 2 days before our 2 years.
Woo!
So the next episode will officially begin our 3rd year podcasting. That sounds crazy.
That's wild. It makes me feel old.
So wait, this is 103. Yeah, next time will be 104. And we'll be into it.
Man, that's crazy. That means when we started, I wasn't even 30.
And we haven't missed. We don't take weeks off like other episodes and stuff.
Don't miss.
Yeah, we don't miss. And wait, what was that one podcast that you knew somebody who did? The
true
the
crime
scary
one? Yeah.
No, not the one that you're friends with now. The ones that
yeah.
The ones
The
that we
beef?
smack talk a few times.
The beef? I don't even remember what it was called.
Cold beef.
What?
What was that?
So they had a picture of Jeffrey Dahmer as their logo.
I know. It's like there's places they're taking like weeks off and stuff like that. We don't take weeks off.
We don't.
I've recorded episodes talking into my washer and dryer just so we could have an episode out on time.
Mm-hmm. We Zoom from various parts of the country.
We edit even when we're tired.
Yeah, we edit so much.
Oh, man. What is that now?
Going through followers because there's less of those.
Age Like Milk podcast. Hey Sis podcast doesn't exist anymore. Sorry Mom Pod. That doesn't exist anymore. That lasted 4 episodes.
They moved.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. They didn't keep it going. Nightmare Collective.
That's what it is.
When was their last? August 9th, 2021. We've been going for like a whole year since their last episode.
Mm-hmm. The What Happens in the Woods, they do different seasons where they do like a season of like serious, longer stories.
Yeah, if
And
you're
they
doing a season, that's okay.
They started their summer season, which is WTF Wednesdays. So check that out. That's fun. It's like crazy crime stories. Sometimes like
I need some ice.
How could the comedian?
Do you have ice?
Yeah. Do I have ice? I said comedian. How could the robber or whatever criminal? That was the C word I was looking for, not comedian. They do something just crazy. That's What Happens in the Woods, which is a true crime podcast based in the Pacific Northwest for all lovers of all things weird and twisted. But yeah, I'm excited. They are getting featured in a true crime fest, which is being held at no other place than the Green River College. Just in case you want to search the shores of the Green River for something exciting, we'll tag them. What Happens in the Woods? Wild.
Alright.
Ludicrous. Exception.
Can I just hit you with some jokes and then we'll go into the episode?
Cue the music.
Now, on this podcast, we've been doing some monologue style jokes, and I hope you enjoy them because they're just fun to do. Maybe. Are they fun to do, Will? Because
They are fun, but I'm struggling. It's really hard.
how about this? The CDC says you should wear a mask for traveling to avoid monkeypox.
Oh.
It doesn't matter what disease at this point, we're all wearing masks. you either follow NFL rules, everyone wears a mask, or you follow hockey rules where masks are for pussies. Pussies.
Is there any hockey player that wears a mask?
There are a couple.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
How about the softball pitchers?
Oh, I'd wear a mask if I was them.
Nah. It's called softball for a reason.
Oh, just like last year, some girl got trashed.
Oh, I know.
You get one of those big 300-pound
they're
Oklahoma,
yeah,
derogatory word.
BB dubs.
No.
What?
You can't say that because I just said derogatory word and you just said BB dubs. So
unrelated.
I can't. I was thinking of a different word than that, and they have nothing to do with each other.
What were you thinking? A whale?
No, I was thinking of a stereotype of women's softball that has to do with their sexuality. But
yeah.
it's just a stereotype. It's not anything I feel. It's just a stereotype of the softball community.
Yes. But yeah, and they only stand like 20 feet from the plate, so when it comes ripping back at them.
Oh my gosh, yeah. A Colorado dog survived a plane crash that killed her owner and another passenger.
What?
Yes, the dog escaped with only minor injuries and will go on to live a happy life with anyone who... Dang it. I just wrote it in the side margins.
Do you need a light?
Hold on. Start over. A Colorado dog survived a plane crash that killed her owner and another passenger. The dog escaped with only minor injuries and will go on to live a happy life with literally anyone who can afford dog food.
And that brings up, can I interrupt the joke section to bring up this news line that I saw?
Yeah.
This dog, it said, stolen dog finally reunited with owner after 11 years. After it was stolen when it was a puppy. So it was...
I mean, you got all you wanted out of it. You might as well return it.
It was like... It probably was to the dog just living a life with this family or whatever. And then all of a sudden, oh, you're going back with your owner?
Yeah, why reunite at that point?
After 11 years? That was wild to me.
Ugh.
I felt like that was more traumatic for the dog.
And you have a joke to read.
I do have a joke to read. Let me read it off the cuff. Never been laid eyes on before. Did you hear about this? Jif peanut butter has been recalled because of possible salmonella contamination. Alternative headline: scarfing dirty nuts not worth the potential enjoyment.
That's disgusting, Will.
Salmonella. Remember those mice? Cinderella.
Cinderella, we will help her, Cinderella.
Remember the fat one?
Yeah. He laughs like this at one point.
Oh.
And the birds that fly
Like,
around
what's his
and they
name?
tie the ribbons.
He laughs like, what's his name from Everybody Loves Raymond? Why can't I think of his name?
Brad Garrett.
Brad Garrett. I kept wanting to say Brett, and that wasn't right.
He did laugh like that.
That sounds like a character from
It was deeper
the old.
than
That sounds like a character from the old like stop motion Rudolph.
Yeah. Claymation. Okay, hit us with some topics. Hit us with some...
I got a beef.
What do you got? Gripes? You got beefs? You got
I got a gripe.
celebrations? You know what? I need to bring a celebration next time. I'm going to put it in my phone.
Okay, here's a quick story from work.
I don't
which
wanna
doesn't always happen.
I don't want to always have gripes. I want to have something to celebrate. So
I don't
I'm gonna
always
do that
share
next
stories
time.
from work. And here it is.
Because you work at an
Unnamed passenger rail company. I was looking at the people that were getting on at the next stop on, I have a little electronic device. So it has everyone's names of who's getting on the train. And I see on there Bourgeois. Bougie.
That was their names?
That was their last name. And then there was...
Wait. That's the English guy.
Yes, that is the beloved TikTok foamer with the fisheye GoPro forehead cam who laughs. Do the laugh.
Oh, 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 oh.
Hopefully I get some tones. Yeah. Francis Bourgeois.
I never thought I'd see the day. I forgot. You know what? When the name was in there, I was focusing on the misspelling and it was making me laugh so much. And I forgot that was even his name until just now.
Yeah, in the notes, I spelled it Boozwah because I don't speak French. And bourgeoisie.
Proletariat.
So I was like, he's gonna ride my train, and then I clicked on it, and then the first name was different, and I was let down. But I got really excited to maybe meet the king of all foamers.
I wonder if that person knows that they share a name with one of the top train riders in the world.
Maybe it's like their nephew or something.
Who's some of the top train riders in the world? Francis. Joe Biden. Those are the top two I know.
Oh yeah, and then
every person in Japan.
Dan Aykroyd.
He's a trainer, foamer.
He doesn't like riding planes, and he has a private car, and it's a Patron car. Patron Tequila has the Patron B on the side of it, and it's apparently, I haven't been inside of it, but other conductors have, and they said it's really nice. And
does he live a certain place where he rides the same?
No, it's for long trips.
Weird.
And yeah, you can attach it. You pay to attach it to a train and go like LA to Seattle.
He pays to attach a car?
Yeah, a whole car.
And you can do that?
It's like a private car. Yeah, there's some in Seattle right now.
Like a business or like a...
It's usually...
Who does that?
Rich old guys. And they...
for personal use?
Yeah. For like vacation. There's a couple of companies that like they own the cars.
Beds in them?
Yeah, it's like a hotel. There's like a chef and a attendant and yeah.
Old guys could be doinking on your train?
Yeah, in their own private car.
Well, I guess people could anyway because you got beds.
Yeah. I'm sure there's lots of boinking going on.
Oh, yeah. You can't stop people from boinking on your trains, can you?
No, not in the privacy of their room.
Because they have a cabin.
Yeah. I mean, if it was in the coaches, I would stop it.
Wait, do they have windows on there? No, they have a windowless room?
No? What are you thinking about?
Well, I was thinking about the bunks are probably on...
Think of any train movie you've seen. There's a window.
How are they set up? They have their bunk?
Well, some of them have a bed this way with the window in the back. And then the smaller ones have a bed under the window and a bed above the window.
Oh, weird. I wouldn't think there'd be that much room, but I guess, yeah.
Yeah, the small ones.
There's a narrow window.
There's more room going this way, and then it's not very like deep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd want to do it, but those tickets are expensive.
Well, yeah, and it includes all like the food and stuff too.
Yeah.
That's why the price jumps quite a bit from coach to the sleeping cars. But yeah, you can have a private car and you pay a lot of money to have it taken around the country.
It's crazy.
And then you have to pay to have the car and upkeep and keep it FRA compliant. And then pay the staff.
That's another thing.
Pay the staff to work it while you're on it.
Who works it?
Their own private people, yeah. But there has to be a FRA mechanic on it. And then, because he has to be able to do like brake tests. qualified.
Because you're not responsible for the. Because then, if you were to do something for that car, you would in some way bear some liability for that. And you don't want
we're
that.
responsible for attaching to it and stuff. But then we have to get there.
Yeah. Have you ever had a personal car on a route you've been on?
Oh yeah. And then working in the yard, I put them on and off all the time.
Yeah.
But you can't like go into them unless they invite you in there. It's not like connected to the rest of the train.
Right.
So, but apparently conductors have gone on to Dan Aykroyd's car and he's given them like cigars and stuff. And it's like apparently like super nice, like all like old woods carved stuff.
Because that's like his home, and then he just feels at home.
Yeah. But yeah, there's some nice ones. Because a lot of them are old.
Swag.
A lot of them are just old cars from previous railroads that were just got sold.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not buying new ones.
And then they got refurbished. Yeah. So they have ones that have like the little dome on top with all the windows. Pretty cool. Dang. Francis Bourgeois. Come to Seattle. I'll let you ride the train. We can foam.
Would you give him some tones?
Oh, yeah. We only have the one tone, though. Not like the European.
What's your tone?
I believe it's the key of F.
But you just have a single note?
No, it's like 4 horns, but they all go at the same time.
Oh.
Whereas the British ones there's like an up and a down. They have like different tones. I think it's just 2, but yeah. I think they have one that goes up and one that goes like a higher and a lower. I don't know. I'm not a foamer. Disclaimer.
Ever since that video I sent you about the Japanese rail system, we have Japanese-centric episodes last week and this week.
Yeah.
Did you watch that whole thing, or did you?
I think so. Where I was talking about like
basically how their infrastructure and how they keep their trains running so smoothly.
Yeah, what did they use? They used something like natural to base it off of. What was it again? How did they decide where to put them and stuff?
Oh, I don't remember that part, but yeah, there was something about that.
They like base it off some sort of natural phenomenon, whether it was like how animals or something or a plant.
Oh, I don't think that was it.
There was something, but then there's also the thing about them making the highways really like expensive and long to go on when you can like just go on the train.
Exactly.
They made the train way more accessible than the highway.
I know. And then they reassemble the cars I'm going to find the video again because I want to watch it, and I'm going to link it in this episode. It's really interesting. It's like 8 or 10 minutes. It just has to do. It's a guy who basically critiques America's infrastructure and talks about.
I just wonder something about how they decided where to put the stops and where to connect them based on some natural equation or patterns that happen in nature.
I don't know. But I was talking about, because when we were driving up to Bellingham.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did I talk to you about this?
I don't know.
A little bit. I think I did. When I drove up to Bellingham with Matt, you get out of Seattle and then you start passing you get up there and it's Snohomish. I don't think you see Linwood. I think Linwood.
Yeah, Snohomish,
405.
Stanwood,
Marysville. It just
Mount Vernon
keeps
Ferndale.
going up, and you can see there's been growth there year over years. And then you see the big train track thing going in. What do they call that? It's elevated
trestle.
And it's kind of interesting that they're putting that in, but around the stations and stuff, there's not.
Oh, you're talking about the light rail.
The light rail. There's not infrastructure around the stations themselves. You would have to have a bunch of intervention around those stops because you're not going to get people to use mass transit without having the actual infrastructure around
Yep.
those stations. And that was the thing about the Tokyo city infrastructure thing. It's like the city is so dense that you're either on a train or just walking to someplace.
Yeah, it's not worth it to have a car.
It's pretty much an impossibility to do that on any of these. That's why, or here in the Northwest, but that's why in a city like New York or something, you hop, take this, then you get off here, and then you can take the L or the, whatever.
The blue line.
But, even though they're doing this light rail,
I think the L is Chicago.
Or whatever.
Seattle. I was thinking.
Take the
monorail.
Take it from Seattle up to, Mount Vernon or whatever. It's like all you're doing is like, hey, pick me up when I get to the end. Yeah. It's not something that people can really use for their daily commute without businesses, without parking, or we need parking now. Yeah. But without businesses, without homes, it's like it's not a city where people live in skyscrapers and stuff where you can ride, bullet trains.
Well, if you see like the new Mukilteo ferry terminal, they built a huge parking garage.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to drive in, park, and then get on.
Right. I don't know. It just it does seem like, not that everything is perfect about those countries or whatever, but when you look at some of those densely populated European or Asian cities
they started the infrastructure before all the people, and where we're trying to retroactively
totally
fix it. That rain isn't crazy. You hear that?
That's rain?
Yeah. Take a headphone off. It's like so loud.
Yeah, well, we just have all this big open land. We didn't have this place that people were...
And we love our cars.
Yeah. We didn't already, have our 10th of an acre, that our family's been on for 1,000 years.
Yeah, and everyone still lives there in the same house.
Oh, well, too bad. Oh, well, now I need to put a link to Francis. Maybe there's a YouTube of like best greatest hits.
Oh yeah.
Or he's on the talk. That's a great place to take him in. That's probably number one place.
That's his main. He was in a Gucci ad because of it. Can you believe that?
I can.
Crazy.
Because why not advertise with him? He's so precious. He's not going to end up in a trial one day. Like,
there was some people that like looked up his past. He used to not post train stuff, and he used to like go to raves and stuff all the time. And he's posting like rave culture stuff.
That's awesome.
Like clubbing. Not like raving like all the weird colors and lights people, but like the European like clubhouse stuff. British stuff.
Speaking of, you know who I've got into lately? Diplo.
Well, you liked his country album.
I loved his country album. He's got some great songs on there.
I liked him for like a couple of weeks when he was doing those surprise shows like on beaches.
Yep.
For like 6 hours. Like 6-hour sets.
He is a guy who actually just loves DJing. He loves finding records. He actually loves like the art of like playing a good show. So I think, because I've listened to a bunch of interviews with him now and stuff, where it's like he does like the cultural aspect of like, this music is from here. Why did these people love this music and not this music? Or how did this music develop over time? And stuff like that. And so he's just a really interesting guy. He seems like pretty down to earth for how famous he is.
Yeah.
does have a couple shady things on his things about, texting 17-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you're a DJ. Come on.
Yeah, and they always try
happens.
to act older.
How are you gonna know? Unless you're checking IDs up front.
Right. Send me a pic of your ID so then we can text.
You have to do that. Anybody who gets caught with an underage person from here on out, or within the last 5 years even, it's like, what are you doing?
Have you seen...
We've learned so much.
Why were they just talking about this? Oh, on Bad Friends. What's that guy called? Chris Hansen?
Yeah.
To Catch a Predator.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're talking about now, and I've seen these like on TikTok and YouTube, there's these like rogue people vigilantes that do it to catch these predators online.
Yeah.
And have you seen that famous one where it's in England and they catch the guy? He's like, no, please, no, I'm going to lose my job. Have you seen that guy? And he's like just like begging for them to not expose him, but they do. Got a question for you. Have you ever been looking for something to do, say on the weekend, you want to get away, have a nice time, and you think, I really just want to go swimming in a pool?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, there is a new product, service, if you will, that you are going to love.
Okay, probably.
And it is called Swimply.
Okay.
SWIMPLY.
It doesn't have to do with simping.
Simping?
Simping.
It could. If you like get it for the girl that like doesn't care about you. You can. It's essentially
Swimply.
the Airbnbs of short-term pool rentals.
And it's not just like pay to get into the Y for a day or go to the public pool.
Nope, private pools.
Yeah, public pool is shady.
Yeah, I just realized there's one in Tacoma. I didn't even know it was there. First off, this is how it all started.
Dirty.
I think this is a load of garbage. What's it called? Were you
Speaking of getting your act together,
burying the lead? Did I just do that? I don't know what that means.
I know that phrase. I mean, I know what it means, but yeah.
Well, here, spoiler alert. I think this is a bunch of BS and stupid. Here's some reasons why. First off, I'm driving to work First
Wait,
Ave.
the Tacoma pool or what's BS?
Swimply, obviously by its name.
I don't know. You started talking about the Tacoma pool, and I thought,
oh, that's just because you said public pools are shady.
Yeah. Okay, Swimply is an Airbnb service. So hold on, let's get some details for a second. So you go on there. It's an app.
I'm pulling it up. Yep.
And so let's say Michael Browning has a pool at his house.
Yep.
I can say,
I'll rent it out for, $50 an hour or whatever.
Okay. And do I have to not be home? Can I watch? Or
let's get into that, because that's one of the issues I have. Here's the first problem.
Because if I have to not be there, it's not any different than Airbnb with a pool option.
Right.
So what's the point? But if Swimply is just like... I
just typed in Tacoma.
If Swimply is just access to a pool in your backyard and you can be there or not, then I guess it is different than Airbnb, but you have the potential of, somebody with a pair of binoculars on the second story.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they wouldn't need binoculars unless they wanted to see close up of your chicken skin when you jump in.
Should have never typed in Tacoma for Swimply. Okay, here's where it started, because it's just hilarious. Here's where it started. I am driving to work in Seattle in May, I believe, and it's still 50 degrees outside, raining. one of the biggest billboards I've ever seen. It's on the left, and I forget what it used to be before, but it's on the side of a building, so it's like way bigger than the stand-up ones.
Yeah.
And it is now a giant Swimply billboard. And it says like, rent private pools, blah, blah, blah. And it shows like some tropical, palm trees, pool, sunshine, hot girls in a pool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? I'm like, why does this apply for Seattle? How many pools are there even in Seattle?
Right. Oh, I hate when houses around here also when they have like palm tree and pampas grass in their yards and stuff. Oh,
yeah.
Gosh. I hate that.
Fake fans.
Get some local vegetation in your yards, please.
Yeah, get a rhododendron or two.
Except not too many rhododendrons, actually. TBH.
It's the state
I know it's
plant.
our state plant, but
I just saw
get a western goldfinch.
I just saw a picture, and it was of a rhododendron that was like hundreds and hundreds of years old. It's like tall. It's like huge with tons of flowers all over. It's crazy. Okay, so first off, this is not the market for a 100-foot Swimply billboard, in my opinion.
So you downloaded the app or what?
I'm just on the website.
Or you're just curious, so you just go.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is this? And then I start getting ads on Instagram, of course, and cookies, using my cookies, and it's just every time I see it, I just think it's like the dumbest idea. Because it's not renting a house that has a pool. You're renting to use the pool for a few hours. Which
your kids.
There's one.
Say the Y is full.
Yeah.
Or you want to do an outdoor party.
Yeah.
And you don't want to have your ID checked at the Y for some reason. So you want to rent a pool for your kid's 7th birthday party.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so let's pretend we're doing it. Here we are. Chill out in Fife. 4.5 miles away. 6 guests.
That's a max you can have?
For this one.
So it has maximum guests.
Yeah.
So you can't just roll up there with 30 people for a backyard party.
So check out this pool. You might think, oh, who has a pool in Fife? Anyone? Because it's just one of those ones.
Above ground pool. 6-foot circular pool.
Depth 48 inches, 16 feet wide. It's the ones that you see people like crashing into and the water going all over the yard. Look at its location with the house. It's like stuffed into its little back.
But that picture makes it look okay.
No, look at how it's just stuffed in there.
I know, but look at the blue and the...
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. It's a new pool.
They took it with the fisheye lens.
Yeah. So you can go into this guy's not permanent above ground pool. 16 feet wide, 48 inches deep, chlorinated. Infants not allowed, pets not allowed, no smoking allowed. Really chilled out. Full refund up to 1 day. It is really chilled out
because there was some LEDs and stuff outside.
And a tiki torch. Which could be taken the wrong way. Restroom available. Primary residence restroom. I would never do that.
So you can come in and dookie if you need to.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need
backyard
a dookie when
privacy.
you swim. Why?
I think you're just moving all around.
Yeah, maybe. You're twisting your guts up.
Backyard privacy. I have fences and or shrubbery that make it hard for neighbors to peer. Even though we just saw the picture, and about 3 houses can look.
Hard for neighbors to peer, not hard for me to peer.
Exactly. Pool features night lighting and great sunlight. Not in Washington at this time. It pouring down rain today.
Okay, but go to the about on their Swimply or something.
Oh, you want some like Swimply frequently asked questions?
Yes, I want to know what's. Can you spy on people? That's like the number one.
How Swimply works. For guests, step 1, discover nearby pools. Check out amenities, read reviews. 2, book. Once your host approves a request, you're in. Our pools with the Little clock icon can be booked instantly. And then step 3, enjoy. Receive confirmation email, grab your suit, and have access to the exact address, enter and exit info, Wi-Fi, and everything you need for your reservation. Hosts. List your pool. Post pics that pop. Pick an hourly price. Set your pool rules. 2, accept bookings. Check booking requests from swimmers in your community and prove at your discretion. 3, get paid. We ensure secure payments directly to your bank account 24 hours after a completed booking.
But the staring.
Yes.
I want to know if I'm looking sexy in someone's pool, they're going to be looking at me.
Nothing that is illegal, harmful, sexually explicit, violent, graphic, threatening, harassing in nature. How
about some non-sexual touching?
Yeah, treat all members with respect. Do not ask personal questions. Do not comment on appearance. Do not make explicit comments or gestures. Do not share indecent or sexually suggestive material.
Yeah, so you can be there.
Yeah, respecting other space. No sexual activity should occur during reservations. Be considerate of
sexual activity. That includes probably personal sexual activity along with mutual sexual activity.
Yeah, you're there. You can hang out. You're there. They can use your bathroom.
That's so strange.
Isn't it? Who's going to book a random A pool?
Just get an Airbnb with a pool. I mean,
yeah.
That's it.
Anything. Go to a lake.
Go to your bathtub.
Yeah. It's wild. Wild. And you think they're making money? Probably. I get it more if it's like these people down in California or other places that have like these vacation homes, or maybe Arizona, these vacation homes, and you can just go use the pool and no one's there or something like that. That makes sense. But like this guy's standing pool in his backyard in Fife with houses all around.
The LEDs.
LEDs and
pink LEDs outside.
Tiki torch. It's just wild. And it's like, where did they get all the money? They're having quite the marketing budget, and I just don't see it going anywhere.
Investors, probably Mark Cuban.
Did you know Mark Cuban has a pharmacy?
Yep.
I think I heard about it, and then I forgot about it, and then I heard about it again.
It's finally open.
Yeah. I just saw some TikTok. A girl got her birth control on there for $9 instead of $220.
I saw somebody who got, or they were saying they got leukemia meds for, instead of thousands, like for, $80 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Non-insurance company inflated prices.
And with that savings, you can head down to the pool.
Exactly. Hourly rates. Rent out a pool for a couple hours.
And you know what? I hope this was a good hour.
Went by fast.
I hope this brought you joy. You didn't have to make this reservation. You didn't have to pay money. You never have to pay money.
We won't look at you in your bathing suit.
We've never looked at any of you in a bathing suit. Well, possibly. Yeah, I looked at Matt.
We are videotaped.
We actually have a video of some listeners.
They could have made $50.
Yeah, exactly.
By us using their hot tub to make that video.
And
with Swimply.
I hope you share this episode with a friend.
Like and subscribe, share, comment on the Instagram so we know how much you love it and how sorry you feel.
Please share. I mean, we're not trying to get this. We're not trying to make this. Like I said, I don't care if it's the number one podcast in the world, but the more the merrier, and it is fun to. I know some people have been listening more the last couple weeks and stuff, and it is fun to chat and talk and have that experience together. It's so fun.
Shared experience. This episode's brought to you by Swimply.